Hey folks, this is Alan from both sides of the pond, and just to let you know that these are the videos I'm going to be doing for the next few weeks, because I'm heading off to Stevens Transport for orientation on Friday, which today's Wednesday, 2 days time. So I won't be taking any camera equipment or editing software or computers, just going to be doing it all on my phone. So yes, I've got my CDL license, which is great. Drove trucks for a short while in the UK, for a very short while I might add, rigid, and had a lot of fun with that. My dad was a truck driver, drove all his life. I grew up in a passenger seat of a truck, an old Bedford TK. Oh, there's a turtle just popped his head out the water looking at me. Sorry, that's a distraction. An old Bedford TK, a Volvo F86. Then he graduated, and the company he drove for was CB Chastney's refrigerated transport. And then he went to a Scania 111s, he had Volvo F10s, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, I had friends in the trucking industry, and a cousin as well, our Mickey. Went to Spain with him, had some good stories about our time in Spain, but more of that later. Anyway, so kind of life got in the way of me driving trucks. I don't know why. It's something I wanted to do growing up. It's all I wanted to do, but life got in the way. And at the ripe old of 56, I decided, hey, I'm living in the USA. I was working in a boring job and decided to make life a little bit more interesting. Went to Tampa Truck Driving to get my CDL license. I passed that first time. Didn't find it too difficult. Got a massive score for the written test. I took all of the three endorsements that Tampa put you through are your general knowledge. They put you through your air brakes and your combinations, and then I decided also to go for the doubles and triples endorsements, and also the tanker endorsements. Don't know if I'll ever need them, but you know, I was there, so went for it. And I passed them all, and I only actually, out of the 5 exams, I only dropped 4 points. 4 questions I got wrong out of all 5 exams, which is pretty good. They were all impressed with that. So yeah, I went through that, and then the first week, that was with Tampa Truck Driving School. A bit of advice is don't. Some people go there with their permit. There just really isn't any point, because week one is the sole purpose of week one at Tampa Truck Driving School is to get your permit. And if you've already got it, you'll just sit there with your thumb up your ass doing nothing. You will not advance yourself in any way by going there with your permit intact. You might as well just use the 3 weeks for what they are. The first week is classroom only. You won't expedite yourself to trucks. There'll be no benefit of you going in there with your permit. So just don't do anything. Tampa Bay Truck Driving School, it's a good school. Their learning process is quite simple, and you're in a classroom. They give you a book, you go through it. There's some sample tests. Any questions you get wrong, the teacher, my teacher was Josh. He got fired last week for threatening to hit somebody, but my teacher was Josh, and he was a good teacher. I enjoyed working with him. He was very helpful for the people who couldn't understand some of the points. Personally, I got them all, so you know, I went in, I'd revised before I went in, so I knew what I was talking about, and so I got that. Anyway, moved on. Second week, you are doing reversing. Mainly it's day one, and halfway through day two you'll be doing straight backs, which is reversing straight back with a trailer. The vehicles they train you in the compound are quite old, but they're adequate. They're all manual gearboxes, so you know, if you've never driven a stick shift before, you're going to have to learn how to use a clutch. Now, a lot of the people who struggled, who'd never driven a stick shift, you know, I helped them by showing them how to slip the clutch to slow themselves down a bit with their manoeuvres, which did allow them to have more time to do the manoeuvres, more time to think, you know. It's not a natural movement, you know, reversing a truck. A semi, you turn it one way, it goes the other, so it's not a natural thing. So some people need more time to think about it, and I taught a few people how to slip the clutch. Not a big deal, but it did help with some. So anyway, so that's the day one and part of day two. Then day two and day three, you'll be doing angle backs. An angle back is reversing into at an angle into a dock, just at an angle. It's only about 15 degrees or so, and this is to get you to stage 3, which they teach you for the first week, which is your offset parking, your offset back, sorry, which you have to do in your test. You've got 2 boxes, you come out of one and you reverse into the one next to it. You have to learn offside left and offside right. You don't know which one you're going to get in your test, but you do only get one. So that's pretty much your first week. And really the offset, I think, is probably the hardest one people find to master, because going into the third week, and second week, and also you're doing your pre-trip. You're learning your pre-trip. So it's a 3-hour cycle. You do an hour in one truck, then an hour in the next truck, and then an hour pre-trip. And that's how your day goes by, 12 hours. Half an hour lunch and no breaks other than that half an hour lunch. So it's quite a long day, and we were in the blistering sun. It was beautiful, actually. And then week 3, you'll be doing your in-cab, which is also part of your pre-trip, and your alley dock. And alley dock, I found it a walk in the park. I found alley dock to be really easy. But that's what you practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, you'll do a mock test. And you do road driving as well. You get about 4 hours a day for the first 3 days out on the road. So it's total about 12 hours on the road. But bear in mind, you're only driving for an hour of that. So in actuality, over the week, you're only going to get 4 hours worth of road experience. But driving a truck, as long as you use your common sense, and going forward, it's pretty easy. Even with a 53-foot trailer on the back, it's pretty easy. Just remember, figure your turns out, go nice and slow, don't take bends too fast, and so on and so forth. So that was, that was pretty easy. So Thursday, they'll take you for a mock test where the guy tells you turn right, turn left, but he doesn't give you any advice on how to take the corners. But they're all things that you've done before. You do your hazmat railroad crossing and your emergency stop, and then some alley docking, and then basically you're ready for your test on the Friday. The Friday of the third week, you'll go out, and my test was 7 o'clock in the morning, which I was kind of annoyed because it didn't give me enough time to set myself up for my pre-trip, and because I found that week 3 you've got no time to do your first part of your pre-trip. It's all driving and your in-car. But at the end of it, at the end of the 3 weeks, in my experience was I made a lot of good friends I think I'll know for life, the likes of Perry and Carlos, 2 great guys. I look forward to seeing them on the road. A few others, Jesus and Carlton. There was another guy that I was helping who decided it just wasn't for him and quit so far through. But we made some good friends, a lot of camaraderie there. The truck driving school was great. It did me exactly it learned me what I needed to learn to get through the CDL test. So I got CDL plus all my endorsements apart from hazmat, and it was great fun. So that's over with, and now it's time to go into to Stevens. It's in 2 days' time. I've got a car hired. I'm going to drive to Dallas. It's about a 16-hour drive. I'll try and chronicle that. And once I'm there, we've got 4 days worth of orientation, all going well. Then I'll end up for 6 weeks or so with a trainer. That I will also be chronicling on YouTube. And then after that, I will be given a truck if everything works out correctly. So I'm hoping it will. Certainly my life is getting to a stage which I never thought I'd see it at. I've kind of given up on being a truck driver. But there's things in my life, that's the thing that really brought me to this. There's things in my life that it's like I wanted to do and I never did it, and I've regretted it, and I'm too old to do it now. So with this, I'm not too old. I've got about 10 years worth of truck driving left in me, and it's a real dream. A British guy